Welcome to the Middle Sisters, where we dive into the middle of everything. This is Afton. Our podcast is about the sisterhood we share in midlife. Today's topic is New Year's resolutions. So, Mitzi's going to join me on the call in. So, Mitzi, are you there?
Can you hear me?
I can, yes.
Well, good. We did it.
Yes.
We did it.
So, we're not in the same room tonight. So, we decided to be in our separate houses and go ahead and podcast on New Year's Day.
Happy New Year's or New
It's our
Year.
it's our 26th episode. Happy New Year, Mitzi. What did
Happy
you do
New Year,
last night?
Afton. I went to a church dance with a couple of friends and two-stepped around and got twirled around the dance floor, so that was fun.
Ah, the two-step. So a lot of country music.
Yeah, a little bit. Still had some pop and rock, so then we just go out there and dance a bit.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
And so did you meet anyone interesting?
Well, people are always interesting, so not anybody I would be interested in, but they're all interesting.
Oh,
And it
that's
was
good.
really nice because I felt like I got like free dance lessons, really. And there was a couple
Really?
of guys that were really good dancers and know how to really, move you around the floor and twirl you around. And so that was really fun.
Wow, it's like going to the Fred Astaire dance studio.
I know. And
That's
I feel
nice.
like I want to go take dance lessons now.
Well, that's fun. So, you watched When Harry Met Sally yesterday?
Yeah, great movie.
Yeah, that is a great holiday movie, New Year's Eve dance when he finally realizes that she's the
Yeah,
one for him.
right. Yes, very cute.
So, I went to dinner at my neighbor's house. And so I
Mhm.
took my mother in law because Sean was working at the airport. And we had a very nice dinner. And then took a few photos and gosh, just left. And then we watched the movie The Family Man. And
Yeah.
then we stayed up and watched different fireworks on TV. They had some in Australia and New York City, of course,
Mhm.
Taiwan, Dubai. So it's fun to watch them on TV. And then it rained here last night.
Yeah.
And then I went outside, and then there's a lot of people that are shooting off the sky fireworks. So you don't just hear the popping of the ones on the ground, they're just really lit up the sky.
Mhm.
So, did you see any fireworks last night?
Yeah, actually, when we were leaving the church building, um, we went in the car and my friend Carola had some um, non-alcoholic champagne. We had some, and there were some kids in the parking lot actually setting off a few. So they were like right there. And then, of course, driving back home, we saw some. So
Mhm.
it was fun.
Well, that's fun. I used to do the sparklers with the kids and have a few, on my basketball court in the backyard. But gosh, now that yeah, it's kind of something for like teenagers or, you know,
Yeah.
families that have the money to buy the fireworks. I
Well,
haven't bought fireworks in years.
is it still illegal? I mean, I thought it was illegal to set off any fireworks.
I think it's illegal in Arizona except for 4th of July and, New Year's Eve.
Okay.
Yeah. But like the poor dogs, we came home about 8:30 and my dog Lucky, who's a golden doodle, was just shivering and shaking. I gave him a melatonin pill,
Yeah.
but he was just between the couch and the wall. like snug.
Oh,
I kept trying to lure him out, but I'm like, okay, if that's your comfort spot, then I'll just leave you there.
oh,
Because
poor.
I tried to run the bathroom fans for white noise. I put on YouTube and calming
Yeah.
dog TV. And no, yeah, he could still hear the different pops out there. Did Minnie have a problem?
Well, she was barking and wanting to go run around the backyard when she heard it. So she doesn't hide as much as become a more like aggressive and wanting to run to go see what's going on. But when I had left for the dance, mom and dad said that she quit barking and was fine. And she didn't
Oh,
seem to be agitated or anything. So,
so she'd be one that maybe would run away. There's some
oh
going
yeah,
on
she'd
right
want to
now in my
run.
neighborhood. So Lucky's
Yeah.
shivering again. It's just hard on dogs.
Yeah. Usually I think they shiver and wanna hide, but yeah, some do wanna take off and run to go see what it is or whatever,
Mm.
so
Hmm.
yep.
So, do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Oh, well, it's always trying to eat better and get in shape, and especially with the gluten. I mean, I really wanna get rid of gluten because, we're really pre-celiacs with our thyroid issues and everything, and so
Mhm.
it would be best if we didn't have any. It's hard,
Well,
especially when you made those Cinnabon
oh,
level cinnamon rolls and brought them over. I
okay,
mean,
on Instagram, there was a Cinnabon copycat reel, and I just watched this former employee just go at it, and I had to watch it like a dozen times, and I
yeah,
said, "I have got to duplicate this." So, we've
they
had
look
good
good.
cinnamon rolls in the past, but mom always taught us to, like, you roll your dough out, and then you melt your butter and rub that on top of the dough, then you pat down brown sugar, then sprinkle on cinnamon, and then you roll it. Well, no, this paste is like
Yeah.
brown sugar, a cube of butter, and 2 tablespoons of cinnamon all together, and you make this paste, and you rub it all over your cinnamon roll, then you roll it tight. But this was the trick. After you cut your cinnamon rolls and you put it in your pan, right
Yeah.
before you bake it, you put whipping cream. Like, the carton of whipping cream, you put a cup of that over your rolls and then bake it. So when
Oh,
they're done, they come
really?
out gooey.
Yeah. They
And
were
then she also
amazing.
said the trick for the frosting, cream cheese, butter, powdered sugar, and so vanilla, but also like a tablespoon of maple syrup.
Mm.
And I was like, "Oh my word, the maple syrup was the trick." Yes.
Yeah, they did pretty much taste like Cinnabon, they were really good.
So, going back to resolutions, yes, we need to get rid of this white flour gluten business, but a
Yeah, and
resolution,
sugar.
it's the same resolution for me. Like we
Yeah.
said, eat healthy, lose weight, be a healthy person. I was just looking at the resolution definition. It's a firm decision to do or not do something. Well, firm decision. So I said, okay, I'm getting rid of the gluten. I threw away all the breads and the cakes and everything. And then before Sean went to work, he's like, let's go to lunch. And
Yeah.
I said, okay, we were thinking in and out, protein style, no bread, just wrap it in lettuce. And then my mother-in-law says, I really want a pizza. Let's just go for a pizza. So she likes Venenzia's. So I'm like,
Mhm.
well, they do have cauliflower crust. So I go there and I said, can I get the lunch special with the cauliflower crust pizza? And he's like, no, we don't serve them by the slice. You need to order a whole pizza. Well, and I thought, no, I'll just do the slice. So see, on day one, I failed not eating gluten. I
Right,
failed.
well, you could have gotten a salad.
No, I did get the salad. I did.
Oh,
So I got the
I
salad for the
know,
slice.
I know, it's gotta be I don't know, you gotta just get I mean, I've lost weight before plenty of times in the past, and I get in that headspace where I take it just very seriously and eat right and work out a lot, but it's just I think the older you get, the more it's just a little like,
Well, it's
that's
got
why
to
it's
be a
like I wanna
life.
do fun stuff, like, playing tennis or pickleball or, like this dancing. I mean, I was sweating dancing around like that. So it just seems more fun, because all the years doing different things, hiking and boot camp and running and it just I don't know. It's just old to me now. It's
See,
just
and I
boring.
gravitate to what I know. Like I used to do jazzercise and low impact aerobics, so I get on YouTube and I'm like, give me the freebie jazzercise, and it's just like nice. You kick your legs, move your arms.
See, to
Um,
me, I have to do heavy impact for me to really lose anything though. I can't do light stuff. Like I've been walking with mom every night. I don't think it's done anything. So I started doing lunges when I'm walking. I finally feel like maybe I'm seeing something, but
mhm.
it's like I feel like I gotta lunge the whole time in
Yeah, but
order
it's
to get
also what
anywhere.
we put in our mouth. It's
Right.
because we are getting older in mid-50s, 50, 55, where our cortisol level, our
Yeah.
hormones are unbalanced. And so, yeah, and so I did go see my doctor for some blood draw, so I can check my hormones because every 4 to 6 months I've been doing the pellet with the progesterone at night. And
Yeah.
um yeah, I feel like, okay, she's lecturing me again. I had 3 doctors lecture me. My eye doctor, my primary doctor, and my endocrinologist said, "You've gotta change the inflammation in your body. Stop
Yeah.
eating foods that cause inflammation." So I really need to go with the anti-inflammatory diet, and I think that will help just my overall health.
Well, I think I've changed things enough to not have to take thyroid meds, but I think it's just because 'cause I'm not eating as many meals. I just think the
Mhm.
body with it slowing down and thyroid problems, we just need to not be taking in, like, not snacking all the like, you gotta give your body a break.
Like we do with fasting. Yeah, I don't eat breakfast really.
But if you're snacking and throwing things in your mouth that you're not aware of, you may be constantly making your body work, and it's just being because
So
even if
I'm
it's
not.
healthy, right? Like,
Mhm.
I'm just not someone who wants to just be snacking. As like, I noticed that when we were traveling, like, you do have snacks all the time, and even if they're completely healthy,
Oh, like an apple or a.
yeah, you're still putting stuff in your
Well,
body
we
to have to
we
process.
were we were on vacation too. But no, what gets me is night. Like, I don't know if it is hormone or whatever, but 7, 8 o'clock. I used to never eat past 7,
Yeah,
and it was like 7, 8, "Oh, I'm craving popcorn. Oh, I need popcorn and a soda," or, something like that, and watch a movie. So I kinda got in that habit last year. But
yeah,
so I was babysitting my granddaughter, and she's 3, 3.5, and she and her dad make popcorn on the pan.
mhm,
So she's like, "Grandma, here's a bag of popcorn. Let's make popcorn." She started getting a big pan out. I'm like, "No, I don't know how to make popcorn that way. Let's put it in an air popper. Or where's your microwave popcorn?" And so she's like, "No, you do it this way." And she got the measuring cup out. So I read the directions. And of course, I've seen mom do this for years for dad. But
yeah,
I'm like, "Oh, I don't wanna burn it," because I thought, "Oh, I'm gonna burn it if I do it on the pan." So anyway, I followed the directions, it popped beautifully, it was perfect popcorn, a few kernels left in there because I got nervous because it was going past the rim of the pan, and so
mhm,
I thought, I could just eat air popped popcorn. We cooked it in olive oil, so it had,
mhm,
like, a nice flavor. We put a little salt because she said, "Oh, let's just sprinkle a little salt," and I just thought, "Oh, this is a lot healthier than the microwave bags that have the metals in it,
mhm,
all the movie theater butter toxins." So,
yeah.
I could do that for a snack instead of this like different bags that I've been buying with whatever preservatives in it.
Yeah. I know, I just feel the most healthy when it's just very high protein. So pretty much just vegetables and some protein, lean.
So I was walking with my friend tonight, and she said she actually was only eating meat once a week. And I said, "Oh, well, kind of what are you eating?" And she was saying she does bowls. So she does like a quinoa bowl or a rice bowl or with vegetables. And she found these like flame grilled roasted vegetables at Costco, or she does
Mhm.
something like vegetables and avocado. And, but she's like, my cholesterol just totally dropped. And I'm like, oh, that's good. Giving up just meat. So I thought, well, maybe I could try that, do a,
Well, if you're gonna load up on the carbs, then I wouldn't do it.
well, more like grains, like different grains rather
Well,
than
and there's gluten in that, so why I
in
wouldn't
what?
do it.
Not
Every
in
every
rice.
endocrinologist, yes,
Oh,
it's carbs and gluten.
well, yeah, carbs. So I'm going to do different resolutions. I'm just going to say, okay, eat slower, think about what you're eating, and then just kind of like make better choices, right? Make better choices.
Yeah,
That's hard to just say, I'm giving up everything. Giving up this, I'm giving up that. So yeah, so like instead of a soda, drink an iced tea or have water, right?
right.
So
Though I
another
just bought a bunch of diet soda, so but
uh,
I feel
and
like I'm in the headspace to really get rid of gluten, though. I feel more and more like, okay, I'm not even craving anything that's got gluten in it right now.
mm, that's
I mean,
good.
even pizzas, I'm like, "Oh, I'm totally good with the gluten-free."
Oh yeah, you had cauliflower crust pizza last time we went out. And you had
Yeah,
told us, and I'm like, yeah, I could substitute that.
it was really good, and when we go to Italian restaurants, I'll get, like, chicken piccata and get, veggies instead of the noodles, so you still have the
Mm.
yummy chicken in the sauce
Yeah, there we
with
go,
that lemon
making better
sauce.
choices.
Yeah.
So another goal, when I was raising the boys, I always said, okay, let's do a physical goal, a spiritual goal, like educational goal. So a spiritual goal, I'm going to try to read my scriptures every day because I was really gun ho about the New Testament, and then I stopped halfway through. I was like reading it every day. Then I got
Yeah.
distracted, but I'm like, okay, I need to start that. And then I have a work goal with my writing. So I published my book, Enduring Grief. It's live now on Barnes and Noble, Amazon, and Author House Publishing.
Nice plug.
Yes. So Enduring Grief is for the widow and
Yeah.
widower who have lost a loved one, spouse, and they're navigating grief and sorrow. And you just watched one of my favorite shows that I
Movies, oh, Private Benjamin?
yes, Private Benjamin. So I reference that scene with Goldie Hawn laying on the bed, crying her eyes out after her husband had died. And what does she do? She
She
makes
joins the army.
she makes a rash decision and goes out and joins the army.
Yeah.
And what happens in the end, she gets stronger through all of the process of her grief. So that's what
Yeah.
my book is like. We will build ourselves stronger through trials and grief. And I have two children's books in the works that I'm working with illustrators to get out to
Oops.
be published this year.
Yeah. Good. Good,
So
good. I don't have any. I feel like I just went through a spiritual, religious kind of, try it again. and really get into it. And I
Yeah.
was gung ho, and I was, everybody was like, "Oh, you got to go to the temple, you got to go to the temple," and I was all into it. And then, um, yeah, like, and it was good. Like I think I mentioned this before that the bishop said, let's hold off and let's have you get more involved in church and everything. And I don't know, at that point it was just sort of like I'm already tired. We deal with these thyroid issues, stressed out, don't have money coming in, there's no jobs, it seems like. And then I was all excited to be out dating. It's been over a year that I've been divorced, and there's like no dating.
Mhm.
And I'm just a little bit in shock. And I think that, yes, it was good to jump back into church and get all into that. But I don't know. I think it's never been me. Even as a kid, I remember, like, of course, I always enjoyed the social part, the friends, the
Mhm.
great friends that I've gotten through it, and the fun activities, but it's just not my thing. I mean, just even going to hear you speak, it was great to hear you speak. You did a great job. But I'm sitting there like like my brain hurts because it's like too quiet, and I got to sit here like it's an ADD problem,
And
like I
try to pay
can't.
attention to
It's
3 talks.
torture. It's torture for me. Because it's also like, listen, we all, especially when you grow up in a religion, you know the talks, you know what they believe, you know what they expect. It's either you're going to execute it or not at this point,
Right. And
right?
you do, yeah, you're on a spiritual journey and you're trying to like find your new identity.
Well,
And
that's just the thing. I felt like I just sort of came back to my original. Like, I'm always sort of game to sort of jump into different sort of thought processes or try
yeah,
different things. But it's like I'll always snap back to my core self, which is
right.
um just who I am. Like I'm
When you want to be true to yourself, that's true. You want to be like, this is who I've always been.
yeah,
But also like, okay, so maybe not find your identity, like polish or refine your identity. Like, because you already know who you are. You already know who you are to your core.
yeah.
But to I don't know, just polish yourself up. Like maybe you're like, okay, I can, like understand what you or verbalize, I guess verbalize your beliefs then. Like you just did.
Well,
Yeah, this is great. A good message.
and I totally respect everybody who goes and is a part of it and everything. And I think that's what I did learn. Because I think growing up in a family that's so divided with religion
Mhm.
and the negativity, that I think that I was too much on the negative side and not seeing why people would need religion. But,
Mhm.
yeah, when you go through stuff, you do go, well, hey, I'm not going to knock anybody for wanting to go and feeling good and uplifted and the spirit. Like, I think I did learn that at least, but I think, I was going really far into it, and I wasn't feeling like myself, like I'm like, oh, it's not really me. It's not me to go do a lot of the same rituals over and over. It's just I don't my mind does not, and this I remember thinking this even back in like grade school. My mind does not imagine a God wanting us to do rituals like a lot of religions have you do. I don't know why. It's just my mind.
Well, and mom says it's God like testing us, like
Well,
if we're
to
gonna do all
me,
that they want
I
us
would
to.
say God knows your heart and mind. So to me, it's really just to show other people that you're in it.
Well, in
Not
the
God, because he
Bible,
knows you. He knows
he
you
said,
regardless.
"Do you lovest me, Peter? Yes, I lovest you, Lord. Then feed my sheep." And I think that that's where it can get construed
Well,
because people
sure.
do it
don't
out of the love of God. They love the Lord. They
but
say,
see, you're
"Okay, I'm going."
twisting feed my sheep with going to church. It's not that he says feed my sheep, that's
No,
handing out
fellowship.
food. Well,
No, it's not
okay.
food. It's the word of God. So, feed my sheep, you're feeding people nourishment of the word, the love thy neighbor. Like it's all encompassing of anything that Christ's example was.
Well, see, now to me, it's all right interpretation. So yes,
Yeah.
to be there for somebody, like
Yeah,
yes, you
that.
hand somebody who's starving a piece of bread, or give them clothes, or help them out, or be a friend, or whatever. It's not going to sit down and do rituals and listening to the same thing. That's just how I see it. I mean, I
Yeah,
totally believe
well,
in a lot of what the Bible says, but my
that's
interpretation of it
true. That's true.
is actually action instead of ritual. That's the big difference.
Yeah, and it's both because Christ did say, if your cow is drowning in the stream on a Sunday, you're going to let it drown. Like the Pharisees were like, "What did you do on Sunday? You should be doing this and that." And he's like, "Well, no, yes, you serve one another." So really that's the gist. It's he wants us to serve one another.
Yeah, but then there's also we all give our mother a hard time because we'll say, "Hey, you've been too much of a doormat," and stuff like that, and not a lot of women understand where she's coming from.
Mhm.
And our friend Carola, we were going on a walk with her, and she was talking about, you know, like, sort of like talking about love of thyself and not to let people treat you so bad. So this is also a conundrum, I think, for pretty much everybody. Is like, okay, how much where's the level of giving and being patient for people and forgive them over and over and over. And then
Mhm.
where's that point of, okay, no, you've crossed a line,
Yeah, like
like
hurting yourself
like
in the process.
bye,
Yeah.
right? So that's the hard thing I think that everybody struggles with.
It's true because I think it's different for everyone. I think that like mom has that patience of Job, but then she's like, well, this also gives me lifting up my spirit to, take care of other people kind of thing, or,
Yeah,
serve dad popcorn while he's sitting in his chair. Like she likes doing that. So,
right. So a lot of people would say, hey, you shouldn't even be taking care of him at all after what he's put you through. But
mhm.
right, she loves being a caregiver and doing things, and she is happy if he's pretty much just there in his chair. So this it's just
Yeah.
everybody's so different. And so can you
Yes.
really be telling somebody, "Hey, you're not doing things right. It's not healthy. It's not good." Well,
Well, that's why
hey,
you're supposed to be praying all the time to say, Lord, guide me, direct me. Is this where I should be? And then when you have God as your co-pilot, you can navigate your life and you'll be at peace because you're like, okay, that was what I needed at the time. And that's the decision I made in that stage of my life. And
well, I do somewhat think though that by believing that you should just always turn the other cheek, you can be in a real mess too. And I do feel like if I'm already naturally like more of a caregiver, then maybe it isn't so good to think, oh, I should turn the other cheek all the time.
well, here's a question for you. Do you think your marriage would have lasted beyond 25 years if you were going to church, you and your spouse?
Oh, I have no idea because if he treated me the same as he did whether he was going to church or not, it wasn't good.
Okay, so that's the key. Church is there to teach us to be better people,
Yeah,
to
but it does
tolerate
but we
people,
know
to
that it doesn't
change.
necessarily make anybody better because we
Oh,
all
see, I
know.
do. I think it does. I think it gives you a conscience to be like,
But
oh,
often, there's plenty of people in churches that you find out are pedophiles, rapists, or sleeping
Yeah.
with everybody. We all know that there's people who go to church and still do whatever
Yeah.
they want.
There's good and bad
So
everywhere. It's true.
everywhere. So we know for a fact that just going to church in itself doesn't make you a better person, really.
Yeah. You
It's
really
your
have to
it's a
feed yourself.
choice. It's a
Yeah.
choice you make whether you go to church or not,
Yeah.
right? I
Yeah.
mean,
I think though that there's like meaning though when you're a person, like you say, a New Year's resolution, you're like, okay, I'm going to read my scriptures more. And you start reading and, you read
but
about love
it
your
doesn't.
neighbor. And then you're like, I really should do something nice for my neighbor, stop and talk to him. And so it does inspire you to be a better
Oh,
person.
see, I just do that just naturally. I don't do things out of, oh, cuz I read it. You know, it's also like when you think about, like, I don't want to bring up I don't know, people like in my situation that are just out there already, you know, being more needy and desperate and getting themselves into trouble with people and going too far, right? I don't need to read a scripture for me not to do that. My mind follows more medical. Like I don't want to do that out of other
Oh, I see. Yeah,
other
well, I
reasons.
don't know.
Like, my
We
heart and my safety and
Right.
my health matters more to me. It wouldn't be
Mhm.
necessarily a moral issue as much as maybe it is for other people, but I know for a fact that the people that do believe in it being a moral issue, it doesn't prevent them from going, do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what I'm
Mhm.
saying, like,
It's just who they are. Like you say, they are who they
exactly,
are. Yeah.
exactly.
So
So,
let's go back to some of our resolutions. We talked physical, spiritual. What about anything for your mind, work, academic?
um I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't like if you're talking about going back to school or anything, no.
Oh no,
Um,
reading books or learning skills or
well, I just talked about maybe, learning to dance. That costs money though, so I don't know.
but that would
I
be good for your mind to get out and maybe meet other people, that are dancing too. We'll have to go check it out. We'll go to
yeah.
the Food Astaire dance studio down the street.
Yeah, and
See.
I want us to really do like really get in habits with pickleball and tennis, but we got to find a court that's,
I
available.
know. So my friend
Um
my friend last Saturday at cycling, I said, "You going to cycling?" She goes, "Yes, I'm gonna be there early because all the New Year's resolution people will be at the gym." And I'm like, "I don't know if yet," because it was the Saturday before New Year's, and it was sparse. I was like, "No, it's just like the same people or less even." But then
yeah,
you wonder like, yeah, this next Saturday at cycling. And I always need a person to be like, "Hey, come walk with me," or "Hey, let's go to the gym. I'll meet you there." So we have to pick a specific day and time and go, that's just our day to go. And then we'll
right.
happen. But yeah, I
Yeah.
want to read books. I just joined a book club, so I'm reading Prairie Friars, and it's a historical, biographical thing. I don't know. So it talks all about Laura Ingalls Wilder and like her childhood, and then, like Little House on the Prairie. And
Yeah.
it's about her she got married and then she has children, and then it has all the historical perspective of the plains, and the railroad, and then they're learning
Mhm.
people to go settle plains, but then remember, women go crazy in the plains because they couldn't grow anything out there, and then, um, then they go to different cities and they try to survive. One that talks about how Laura's daughter became a writer, and she would write about her grandma and her mother and their childhood. And then she went to San Francisco and Sacramento. And so it's very interesting historically, late 1800s, early 1900s. So I've been enjoying that book, Prairie Fires.
That's good. I wish I was more of a reader. I have that book you gave me, and I'm like, I gotta open it. Gotta open it and start reading it.
Mm, I know. Well,
Um,
I cheat because I use Audible too. So it's
yeah, I
I'm
think I'd
playing it
rather
as we walk around the house too, which
listen to it too. I don't know, everything costs money, and so with no money coming in, it's like, well, sure, I would just sign up for all these things and do all these things, but my mind, it just all adds up, so
well, I get
sort of
that. That's why
stops
I had
me.
to leave ASU when it was costing too much money. I
Yeah.
don't see how young people, yeah, get an education now because taking courses is just way too expensive. And I wasn't about ready to leave after a 2-year degree to have $60,000 of debt, with all the
Oh,
fees
yeah.
for 60 credit hours. Crazy.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, you want to end with any last thoughts?
Um, I don't know. Just Happy New Year. I hope everybody, um, all their wishes come true this year, and that life is good and the economy is good for everybody,
Mhm.
and have all blessings, and everyone stays safe and everything.
Yeah, I agree. Peace on earth
Yes.
and prosperity. And if you're out there having children, sign up for the Trump what is it? Like trust fund. Your children get $1,000 and just start adding money. I think that's what I'm going to do for my grandchildren, though. I'm going to say whatever Roth or not Roth, but IRA or education fund, I'm just going to start giving that as their birthday gifts.
Oh,
So
that's good. I know, because how many
mm,
toys and things do
it
everybody
gets
need?
it does get ridiculous. Yes, there's a lot of toys out there in the world that they don't really need.
Yeah.
So everyone have a wonderful 2026.
Yep.
Make those resolutions for your mind, body, and spirit. And we will catch you next time. Thanks for hanging out in the middle of everything with us, where we stir the pot from both sides.
Toodles.